Story 4 is a 2019 American computer animated comedy film produced by Pixar Animation Studios for Walt Disney Pictures. It is the fourth installment in the Pixar Toy Story series and the sequel to Toy Story 3. It was directed by Josh Cooley in his feature directional debut from a screenplay by Andrew Stanton, who had co-written the first three films, and Stephanie Folsom. The three also conceived the story alongside John Lasseter, director of the first two installments in the franchise, Rashida Jones, Will Monclonc, Valia Lapunt, and Martin Hines. The film stars and returns Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Annie Potts, Tony Haley, Keegan Michael Key, Jordan Peele, Madeline McCrew, replacing Emily Hann, Christina Hendricks, Keanu Reeves, Ali Mankey, Jane Herdezan, Laurie Allen, and Joan Cusack. And the film, what is the film all about? Well, this film literally continues directly after Toy Story 3. I'm guessing a few months after the events of Toy Story 3. And Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and the rest of the gang embark on a road trip with Bonnie and a new toy named Forky that she created in kindergarten. The adventurous journey turns into an unexpected reunion as Woody's slight detour leads him to his long-lost friend Bo Peep. As Woody and Bo discuss the old days, they soon start to realize that they are worlds apart when it comes to what they want from life as a toy. And Woody needs to try and get back Forky to Bonnie, and can they get there in time? Gotta watch it to find out, to be honest with you. And yeah, Toy Story 4 premiered on June 11, 2019 in LA and was released in the US on June 21st, 2019, and is dedicated to John Rickles and animator Adam Burke, who died in 2017 and 2018 respectively. The film grossed so far over $667 million worldwide, becoming the fifth highest grossing film in 2019 and the highest grossing film of this year. Like its predecessors, this film has received critical acclaim throughout, with critics praising its story, humor, emotion, animation, and vocal performances. But what is so good about this film, and why do people love it, and why do I like it? Well, let's talk about the good, and the good is definitely the story of Toy Story. Like, I'm so happy. I was kind of worried that this film was going to completely ruin this Toy Story franchise by having this unneeded fourth version, because Toy Story 3 felt like a proper end and a proper send-off to the trilogy, and I wish it just ended there. But this film kind of continues it nicely, you know. It still has the same vibe and feel of all the Toy Story films, you know. And it doesn't feel like it's, you know, odd in any way, to be honest with you. It feels like it's continuing the adventures of Woody and the gang, you know, and I love it, you know. Woody is definitely at his best in this film, like taking this kind of like fatherly role, looking after Forky and wanting to get back to Bonnie, you know. He's also like looking after Bonnie, you know, because she's in kindergarten and she can't make any friends and she's feels alone, and he helps her like make Forky in a way, and I thought that was really nice and adorable of Woody, to be honest with you. Yeah, I do love the character Forky. I feel like when I first saw it, I was like, I'm gonna hate this guy, but in all honesty, I really do like the character. You feel bad for him because he's questioning his existence and wondering why he's alive and why he shouldn't be in the bin, and I thought that was pretty emotional, to be honest with you. I also like, as well as the old characters we all have, we got Jessie, we got Ham, Sling the dog. I kind of like the newer characters as well, you know, particularly Gabby, voiced by Christina Hendricks, who you all know and love from Mad Men. And I thought that character was pretty great, you know, and she has a reason to want to, you know, be loved and, you know, have an owner and have someone to take care of, and it doesn't always go her way, but you still root for her in a way. Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom is also a great character as well, and who's also got a really emotional backstory as well. And all these new characters, especially those two characters, I'm not too sure what they were called. I forgot those two new soft cushiony characters, those two teddy bear characters from the carnival. I forgot what they were called, but I thought they were pretty cool as well, and I did like them. And yeah, like all these new characters really are really awesome, and I did like them as well. I was really enjoying it, to be honest with you. Um, in all honesty, the animation is definitely the best in this film so far. Like, Pixar have really come on top and improved and gone to infinity and beyond with their technology. There's a scene in the opening sequences begins with it raining, and it's basically Woody and the gang trying to save a lost toy. That's how it begins, and the drops of rain look so realistic. You feel like, oh my gosh, this is realistic. Like, it's photorealistic, this movie, like the floors, the walls, everything about it is so photorealistic. And it's just weird how this film is just so realistic and just so has that nice cartooniness to it as well. Like, bravo Pixar, they really have come on top, like I love it, to be honest with you. The score is obviously really great and amazing, and I do like Randy Newman's song, and I'm so happy that they brought back "You've Got a Friend in Me" in the theme song. Like I thought that was great. I actually don't have anything bad to say about this film because it's a really great film, and it really does kind of continue the story of Toy Story 3 and what the true meaning behind it was, and you realize that you understood what these writers and the whole movie writers were trying to get at, and this was all planned out from the beginning, because towards the end you start to understand, oh, now you understand why this movie was made, and it makes sense, and I love it. I'm not going to spoil too much because it's brand new and people may have not seen it, so I'm going to keep it spoiler free, but be prepared to cry, laugh, and be shocked all at once, to be honest with you, because this film is pretty damn amazing. I have to admit this, but I think this is a better film than the third one. I think I like it a little bit more. I don't know. I think this is definitely probably the best Toy Story film because it just, I don't know, it makes the whole, I don't know, they just seem to make it better and better, and I think it's the best one, to be honest with you. My only gripe with this film is that I think because of the introduction of the newer characters, we don't get to see some of the older characters, but did they upgrade Bo Peep, who had this kind of like flirtatious relationship with Woody in the first two movies, is now this kind of like Wonder Woman-esque woman. She's this badass Wonder Woman who's just like, saving Woody's butt, and I kind of like their chemistry and their relationship in this film because Woody hasn't seen her in 7 years and they don't seem to understand each other anymore, and it's quite interesting, and I like how the film goes on and we get to see how their relationship develops, and yeah, it's a great character change, and Annie Potts returns to the voice, and I'm happy, I noticed that this film, all the voice actors who returned from like all the previous movies sound a little bit older. Like, I'm hearing Tim Allen sounding a little bit grouchy now. Like, they are reaching that age where they're sounding a little bit old now, to be honest with you. But apart from that, I absolutely do love, these guys and these voice actors. They still do a good job. Tom Hanks is still doing his darnest, and this guy is like, crikey, he's 63 and he's still playing Woody. Like, man. And you got Tim Allen, who's 66, playing Buzz Lightyear, and Annie Potts returned to the role, and she's not that old. She's 66. Crikey. Okay, these guys are pretty damn old, I'm not gonna lie. And Jesse's voice actress, Joan Cruz, I think is 56. Yeah, these guys are starting to stretch. They are getting to that age where they're like, their voices are starting to get a bit more like this now. And yeah, go watch this film out right now. I love it, and I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, and I'm going to give it an A-star. It was phenomenal, it was mind-blowing, and I love how they changed the aspect ratio. It was the first Toy Story film to go the wide 21:9 aspect ratio, and it was different, and I liked that new edition. It really felt better, and it elevated the film entirely, to be honest with you. I don't really want another Toy Story film, to be honest with you. I thought this should be the end, to be honest with you. This should be the end of a good era, to be honest with you, and no more Disney's, just no more. I think this is enough. I think this is a nice way to end it, to be honest with you. And Yeah, thanks for watching. So if you please like and share this video, comment down below and tell me what's your favorite Toy Story flick. This might be mine, but that's it for watching. And as always, a boarded review signing out.